Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I sure do appreciate everybody checking back in. If you hadn't already, hit that old like and subscribe and that little bell and all that good jazz. I sure would appreciate it if you did. And if you already done it, thank you kindly. I appreciate you. But anyway, we're going to get right into it. We're going to go with what graph and what setup do you need with your Livescope, forward-facing sonar, active target, mega live, whatever. This is which size graph to start off with. Let me be the first to say, start off with the biggest graph that you can afford. Trust me on this one. I promise you it'll help you in the long run. Now I will say this, 16 is about my limit. I personally run a 12-inch screen. It's a Garmin 1222. They've got the 8612. There's several different 12-inch models. All of them are great. I got the 1222. I like it. That's what I've been running. But I started like most people did. They started with a 93, the 9-inch screen. 93 SB is what a bunch of people started off with. Nothing against it. I did the same thing. Well, it wasn't but just a couple months later, I went to the 10. I said, man, I need a bigger screen. Wasn't but just a couple months later, I said, crap on this. Let's go ahead and get a 12. Well, instead of dadgum going and having to find somebody to sell you 9 to and sell you 10 to and then get you 12, instead of doing all that, if you can afford it, just go 12 at the gate, baby. I wouldn't go no bigger than 16. You can. They make them 24. They make them all size. But it's kind of like a TV. You can watch a TV show, an old football game or whatever, on a 24-inch screen, or you can watch the same exact show on a 70-inch screen. Both of them are going to be the same show, only they're going to be a lot bigger on the 70 than they are the 24. Everything's going to show up bigger. That's why you want the bigger screen. Your bait's going to show up bigger. Your target's going to show up bigger. Everything is going to be easier to see, and it's going to help you learn how to maneuver around, how to work that forward-facing sonar. Anything you use, an active target, mega, Livescope, it's going to help you learn it a lot faster the bigger screen you can get by. As long as you can afford it. Now, don't go sell your house to where you can get a 2-inch bigger screen. I mean, get what you can afford. If a 93 SB is all you can afford, by all means, get your 93 SB. Save your money up, mow you some yard, whatever you got to, and get you a bigger one down the road. Don't worry about that. If all you can afford is a 93, go with it, baby. At least you got something and you can start somewhere. But if you can afford a 12, I would say skip the 10, go straight to 12. In a perfect world, I think the perfect size screen day in, day out is a 12. Maybe a 16. I ain't never ran a 16. Some of my buddies run them. I like my 12. I just don't like getting much bigger than a 12-inch screen because then you got to deal with the size of it on the front deck, the weight of it, all that. I just don't. The 12's been good to me. I know it. And that's another thing about Livescope. Once you get used to what the size of something is, like what a 2-pound fish looks like, a 3-pound fish, whatever, you'll be able to tell that. Keep your settings the same, but it'll look the same to you all the time, so you'll be able to go back to it quicker. As long as you keep them settings, pretty much same other than you gain, you learn what a 2-pound fish looks like, with the depth setting at 16, you're going to know what a 2-pound fish is from now on out. Now, if you go from a 12 down to a 9, that 2-pound fish on that 12-inch screen is going to look a lot bigger than he will on that 9. He's liable to look like an end of your thumb on that 12-inch screen. You put him on that 9-inch screen, he's liable to look like a pencil eraser, he's going to be a lot smaller. That's why I say get the biggest screen that you can possibly afford. It will help you tremendously when you're trying to learn this game, or even if you ain't learning this game, you just on the fence about if you've already learned it and you're on the fence about getting a bigger screen, do it. I'm telling you, thank me later. You'll get on here and say, man, I sure do appreciate you pushed me over the edge. Go ahead and do it. Get her done, like they say. Bigger is better when it comes to Livescope, up to, I'm going to say, a 16-inch screen. But that's all I'm going to rant about today or tell you about today was if you're on the fence or starting out with Livescope, go with the biggest screen you can afford. Trust me on this one, 100%. Please, go with the biggest one you can afford. It's going to make your life so much easier. You'll learn it so much quicker. If you got a 9 or a 10 right now and you're on the fence, Just do it if you can do it Monday. Now, make sure the kids got diapers and you got food on the table. Don't be going without diapers and food just to get you a 12. I mean, be sensible about it. But if you can do it, bigger's better in this case and in most cases. But anyway, man, I sure do appreciate y'all checking this out. If you ain't already, hit that old like and subscribe, that little bell or whatever. Hit that. That way you know when I'm coming out with another one. I'm trying to stay pretty regular on this. Y'all stick with me, and I sure do appreciate all the watches, and y'all keep snatching on them.